The Harry Potter series of books has sold more than 500 million copies and has been translated into over 80 languages in the last 24 years. And we are excited about reading books like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone or watching movies like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So what about a book that has sold more than 5 billion copies, has been translated into more than 3,386 languages over the last 3,000 years, and has been made into well over 100 Hollywood movies? And yet, the fact is, if we're honest, most of the Bibles that have been sold end up on our bookshelves collecting dust. So why is that? Hi, I'm Randy Lovejoy, and this is at randylovejoy.com, and this is another Under the Hood video where we look at the assumptions underneath our opinions, our views, and our actions so that we can make wiser and more strategic decisions that will truly create good in this crazy world in which we find ourselves. So one of the reasons that the Bible is more difficult for us to read in a sustained way, unlike Harry Potter, is frankly, it's just different. If you have ever tried to read the Bible from the beginning to the end, for example, starting at the book of Genesis and reading all the way to the book of Revelation, and it's Revelation, not Revelations. Hollywood gets that wrong all the time. Genesis to Revelation. But even the most courageous among us, the most valiant of readers, if they start at Genesis and try to plow all the way through, are going to get stuck in Leviticus somewhere around the descriptions of the different household molds. And they're just going to be like, how do I move forward? How do I make sense of this book in my life? And it's not only that, but also if you look at most Bibles, they're in 2 columns per page, and they not only have chapters, but they have all these verse numbers as well. What's up with that? And on top of that, if we go to like our scholarly experts, the scholarly experts they're often very critical of the Bible because it doesn't fit our cultural expectations. For example, there's an idea that the Bible has to fit our understanding of history if it's going to have any applicability to our lives, or that the Bible has to really jump through the hoops of the way we understand science and the world if there's going to be any meaning or truth. Basically, that the Bible needs to be like us if we're going to trust the Bible. But the Bible isn't trying to meet our standards. The Bible isn't trying to be like us. That's actually the whole point of the Bible. You see, the Bible is different from us, different from our culture, different from our way of thinking, so that it can allow us to see who we are through that contrast, and it can also challenge us to new ways of thinking and living, because it isn't just there to support the ways that we already think and the ways that we already live. Now, there's 2 different types of trips I like to take. I don't know about you. One type of trip is a trip where I'm more nostalgic, right? It's like I'm going back to a place I used to be in, where I'm hoping the same people are there, where I know the area, where I'm just going there to kind of be comforted and encouraged and strengthened. But then there's another kind of trip that I love to take, which is more of an adventure trip. And it's a trip where I'm going to a place that I've never been before to try to learn about that culture. And then as I begin to learn about those people, the culture, what restaurants are there, what hotels are there, what activities are there, as I do all of that, then I'm also kind of reflecting back on me and thinking, wow, that's interesting. I like how they do that, and I've never thought of that before. I'm going to think about taking that back to my home with me. And the Bible is more like that second trip. It's more like that adventure trip. When you sit to read the Bible, you buckle up and get ready for an adventure that's going to show you new ways of thinking and being. And you get to decide which of those things really applies to your life and which of those things you're going to move forward on. So I would encourage you to read the Bible because it isn't like us. To engage the Bible in a sustained way because it's different to the other things that we read. And I am excited to announce that in April, after Easter, at randylovejoy.com, the first digital course that we're going to offer is called How to Read the Bible to Create Good in Your Life. And there we're going to equip you for this adventure of reading the Bible. I hope you all have an awesome day. Good to be with you, and we'll talk to you again later. Bye.